And we're live, everybody. Howdy, howdy.
Everyone, too, this evening. Our game tonight is going to be Twilight 2000. And,
yep. Okay. Catch up. Yep. Anyway, yep. We're on.
How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Tuesday night game. Again, we're going to be playing Twilight 2000, ran by Mr. Brad down there at the end of the table. So,
hey,
it's a Bible study.
Yes, it is. Monitoring our chats tonight, so I'm going to hand the stream over to him and let him explain what's going on while I get the other chat runnings up and going.
We are live on TikTok, Twitch, and Facebook.
So, recap of what has happened. Our beleaguered little squad was their division has been cut off and stuff, and they're on their own. And basically, you guys decided to head south after your incident at the barn and head towards the Oder River. Along the way, you guys spotted two men running through the field, carrying, one of them was carrying a young boy, and it looked like his leg was mangled, and you guys went to investigate and found out that the boy had stepped on a landmine, and so you would offered to help them since you had a doctor with you, a surgeon.
Hello.
And so they went back to their campsite.
Not a good surgeon, though.
Yeah, unfortunately. The boy did not make it. The boy did not make it, and so there's a little bit of stress there with the doctor, who's dying for a drink of alcohol.
Yep.
Fortunately, the real person does have some. And some Coca-Cola. He's got all the conveniences.
Yeah, well, after tonight, every night.
Yeah. So while the surgery was going on, the rest of you were kind of chatting up some of the other members of that little survivor gang band of people there. It turned out they were kind of hunters, but it turned out they were kind of being, how would you say, kind of under the thumb of a group of marauders. Basically, they were being forced to kind of hunt and provide them with some of the food that they caught and everything. And they'd also kidnapped several of their members to hold them as hostages, as
sausages.
Sausages. Yes.
Hostages.
As hostages, in order to keep them in line. They didn't have any vehicles or horses or anything like that, so they couldn't really leave. And if they did leave, they would have to leave their friends behind. There was a guy by the name of the band is kind of controlled by Aleski. Aleski, and it was his son that had been stepped on a landmine. And then there in the group, there was, let me see here.
That's me.
An older man by the name of Mikolai, and Aleski's friend,
That's a weird name.
Basil.
How do you spell it?
And both of them,
Hi, Anastasia.
one of the people that was kidnapped was Aleski's and Basil's friend Baltazar, as well as two younger girls.
Quiet bow.
And basically, you guys had decided to at least go investigate. So, and I forget your names already.
That's okay. We do.
We're not going to be around long.
Angus,
like the beef.
Angus, Kenny, and then Boom Boom, and then Aleski. They all went out, and they basically kind of found where that camp was. And Amish decided to stay. Angus. Haggis decided to stay.
All right.
Yes,
I'm staying out of option.
Anastasia, I'm invisible.
And he just decided to stay there, and he was going to watch over them, and then the rest of those guys came back. They kind of did a forced march to get back to your campsite and everything. So basically, we left off. They were just coming back late in the night. Angus?
yes.
stayed there, and we are going to start with you, Angus. You were going to probably have to set up.
Oh, is this it?
Set up a hide to.
Had a hide.
We've had the
to kinda
Avengers, but
keep
is this it
undercover
backwards?
and stuff? So if you want to roll or make a recon roll for me,
No. Okay.
All right.
I didn't know if that was the backside. I don't know if it's over there.
and you are down on your end of the map in the forest area, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, kind of in here. Because these were the watchtowers.
Yes.
I was kind of
Oh, I like
trying
the
to get in
compass.
between them, kind of.
Looks
So
good with the cover.
probably
Looks good.
right in here.
Okay.
So recon
Cool.
and intelligence.
You need to go find your bag.
And then I don't have any these that help.
No
with that.
specialties. Okay.
No. Because the sniper just helps with the aim, the range combat. Seer was the resisting interrogation.
You took one.
No.
He's on
4 and 5.
Okay. Do you wish to try and push it?
Sure.
Yep. So you had no ones, so you can go ahead and reroll both of them.
6.
Okay, so you got one success at least.
Yes.
Okay. So you kind of build a blind or whatever to kind of hide, to hunker down and hide.
Now, Brad, you can do that every session, right? I mean,
What?
once per session or any time until you mess up or
Anytime.
anytime?
No, you can push a roll anytime you want. But the only thing is, if you've rolled a 1, you've got to keep it. And if you rolled any successes, you keep that as well.
Okay.
So, and there's a good chance that you could actually get, if you get 2 failures on it, then something bad will happen.
Gotcha. All right.
So,
Just a rules clarification for you at home.
All right, all the chats are up and running.
Nice.
Hooray!
so you kind of rested on the first shift of that day. So
Yeah.
you want to kind of stay up this night and kind of keep an eye and see what's going on.
Yes.
Okay. So for the rest of that 4th shift there, you can tell basically, obviously there is one man in each of those guard towers.
Right.
You've got your night vision on too, I imagine.
Yes.
Okay. And you can see there's 2 guys that kind of lounge around or kind of walk around that courtyard, that whole center area there.
Right.
Yeah, I'm here I am the guard. You the guard too?
The 2 bunkhouses seem to be pretty quiet.
Yeah.
The old livestock buildings,
The old gray cow.
those seem to be pretty quiet for the most part. Over at the house, you can see
all the
there's
bad
lights.
guys are Muppets.
Probably by lamplight or candlelight or whatever.
Yeah.
You can see lights up on the 2nd floor through one window, but you don't really see much movement or anything going around in there. Down on the 1st floor, there seems to be 2 different areas that have lights on. One towards the front of the house, kind of where that porch is, and then one on your side there, further in. There's lights in there. You can see some activity going on there a little bit, but not a whole lot.
Right.
And then go ahead and make a recon roll for me.
Yay! I recall my
The
reconnaissance.
YouTube or the TikTok chat just
5 and
died.
5.
And on Twitch, out
Do
of
you wish
print
to
DM.
push that,
Thanks for
or-
the rules
Yes,
clarification.
Yes, you're welcome.
Hey, thanks out of Print DM for joining
6.
us on.
Yeah,
Twitch.
thanks. We appreciate it.
We have nobody on our Twitch channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Late in the night then,
Say
because
some
I mean it's
lava
I think we were doing first shift would be like from midnight to 6.
Yeah.
So probably around 10 or so at night. You do see someone come out of the house.
All right.
Oops.
Again, thank you, Out of Print DM, for joining us on Twitch. We never get anybody on Twitch, so yay!
Really? There's someone on Twitch?
Yeah. Out of Print DM is on Twitch.
Oh my god.
I know. I'm about to have a stroke.
Well, she was going like this.
You see someone come out of that house.
Out of
No, the big house. Yep, that one. Right there.
Out of the big house.
Where's my picture?
You can't really get much definition about what he looks like or anything from your infrared and everything. He doesn't look like to be armed or anything. Actually, he does seem to carry what you think might be some sort of like toolbox or something.
Where am I?
Okay.
Where's Camilla?
Just the way the lighting and stuff, it just kind of comes up. You know how it's not infrared, but your
Yeah.
green light, whatever.
Yeah, low pixel
You can just
rate.
kind of tell
You
he's
need
carrying
more high
something.
definition.
He seems to go out
Okay.
to the courtyard and kind of passes over towards the barn. When you can kind of see one of the guys that's kind of patrolling, he kind of goes and starts walking over to him and starts talking to him.
Points up at you.
And then, yeah, hey, there's a guy up there.
Oh shit!
They kind of talk for a little bit, and then you see him kind of, the one is smaller. The one that's carrying the toolbox is kind of smaller than that guy.
Yeah.
And he kind of, his demeanor seems to be a little bit more kind of obedient, everything.
Okay.
But then he seems to be allowed to kind of continue on.
As you wish.
He kind of goes on past the barn, and he kind of goes to that livestock shed on the further one back.
So back there.
Yes. So, and then he kind of disappears for a while. The guard kind of continues on his little routine around the courtyard.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of watch that for a little while. Probably about 10 or 15 minutes later,
Yeah.
you kind of see some movement in the back, right between the barn and that building that he went into.
Back in here.
Yep, all the way in the back, further back. You can see, you don't actually, you kind of look and you're like, what the hell? And you can kind of see there's someone crawling back there. And he seems to go over towards the barn and kind of crawl inside the area that's still standing.
Mm-hmm.
That's not particular at all.
And then after that, that's about it.
Yeah.
Out of print in the end says, "You're welcome," and I'm at work on the night shift, so I may have to drop out for a bit. But for now, I'm on all yours.
You kind of continue watching for a while.
thank
Don't
you.
see a
Thank you
whole
so
lot.
much.
Probably about before midnight, and you kind of maybe keep an eye a little bit on that area.
Mm-hmm.
You do see him kind of crawl back out again. Someone crawls back out, and then later on, kind of heads back towards that livestock. And then after that, you do see him come back out in between. You can't really see him come out the door, but you see him come out from between those two livestock buildings.
All right.
And then he seems to kind of head back towards the house. So he was probably in there for about an hour and a half or so in that area.
Man, it's just, I'd turn him in.
Yeah. You're not supposed to be pooping on the company dime.
Yeah.
That's the best kind.
Next thing you know, you'll be watching Raconteur Society while you're working.
Well, the feed's down. I gotta go back to work.
I got plenty to get outdoors. They don't start till 8.
So probably in the morning, the first shift, do you want to continue watching or do you want to try and get some rest?
You boyer.
I'm just going to continue watching for now.
Okay. You kind of continue watching. Now,
Mainly what I'm wanting to see is when they swap out the towers.
okay. They do swap out, basically. Pretty much it looks like that next shift. So like at 12, they kind of swap out. And it looks like most of those men pretty much go to the barracks.
Mm-hmm.
And the other 4 came from the barracks themselves.
Go to the hot tub.
Throughout the rest of the night, it's pretty quiet. So, I mean, you could still rest that shift if you wanted to
Yeah.
until dawn.
I mean, I just kind of, I guess, catnap and...
Yeah. So go ahead and make a stamina roll then.
He just
All right.
curl up.
There's a bunch of cats around him. I'm catnapping.
You can find a litter box. You're like,
Trash over.
Well, a 1 and a 12. So,
That's all right because you didn't get 2 ones.
yeah.
All right. So you actually did get some.
So, actually, 3 successes.
Yeah,
wasn't
3
it?
successes. So yeah. So you're not bothered by the fact that you're sleeping on the ground
Yeah.
out. I mean, it's springtime, but it's still kind of chilly and everything, and it's the ground's probably still kind of moist from some of the rain over the last few days. So it's not comfortable, but
Like
it
a
doesn't
cake.
bother you very much at all.
Just another day in the...
Yeah, it's just another day.
today.
It's like, you know, I mean, special boat service, so used to
Yeah.
lots of water.
Yeah, so you are kind of used to that. So
So dry here. Wish somebody spit on me.
It comes up.
about dawn, you kind of kind of wake up as the light starts kind of coming out and everything, and it looks like just some more activity. You see the guards kind of switching out again. Only this time you see of the guards, 2 of them appear to be carrying, because now you don't have to worry about your night, you're just using the daylight and everything. You can see 2 of them are carrying RPKs, light machine guns.
Yeah.
The ones coming down didn't have them.
So it's like they switched out in daylight for the RPKs.
Yes. And you're not sure. One of them, I don't know which one to which, but basically they split up between the 2.
Yeah.
You don't know if that's
One
like
on
a
each
regular.
end,
Yeah, they don't
kinda.
know. You don't know if that's a regular thing right now, but at least there's 2 of them out there.
They accessorize.
You also notice.
No, that gun doesn't go with those.
Oh, yes, it does. Green goes with everything.
There's 4 guys that kind of come out from the house, and they pretty much kind of like start doing like work. Just various odd jobs, either splitting wood or maybe putting
It's like a video game. They're over there just
putting up some painting some graffiti on one of the things. I don't know.
Yeah.
They just do the general odd jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
You do see, however, a couple of the guys, 4 of them, they kind of go over towards the corral.
Yeah.
And basically they seem to be kind of taking care of the horses, and then they also start saddling them
Okay.
and everything. And within a short order, they pretty much ride out down the road going towards the southwest.
Yeah. And so there were 4 of them. And there were how many horses?
There was 8.
8. So they took half the horses.
Yes.
We're going to need 8 more knives.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's actually 10 horses.
All right.
How many rode out?
4. There's still 4.
So that would leave 6.
Good job.
Today's game is brought to you by the game number 6.
The game number
And
6.
F and D for die.
And I will have you make another recon roll.
Dun dun dun.
Army, my philosophy. Oops.
2-2,
Doesn't
so-
go green.
What's that?
2-2. So I'm going to push
Okay.
1 and 5.
1 and 5. Okay. You're not sure what those horsemen, where they went or where they're going or what they're doing.
Yeah.
I wonder why the chat's stopped. The other 2. It's weird.
Well, we're not focusing on them. So. We just said,
How dare we?
how dare you ignore everyone on the planet? Except for out of print GM. He is a god,
God among men.
and we love him.
All right. Back to
Hey,
you
he just left
guys.
the Twitch stream. What's up with that?
Boom Boom and Kenny returned with Alesky.
Okay.
And we were out doing our scavenging, if I remember right.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys
we already
went out
done that, and then we came
found
back
a
and
few
slept.
things.
Yep.
For you guys, pretty much, we kind of skimmed it when we left, when we were ending last time, but you guys pretty much had to do a forced march to get back here.
Right.
So, because you were out walking quite a bit. You could really only travel on foot 2 hexes, and then after that, you have to force march.
Didn't
And
we
you
take
guys,
didn't we take the vehicle with us?
No.
though?
No, we took the vehicle.
yeah, they took the vehicle to go scrounging.
Oh, that's right.
I can
So-
give you the keys of my car.
Yeah. I don't know where you've been.
So I will have you guys go ahead and make your stamina rolls for the night. You guys get bonuses. I know, Kenny, you already get 1 bonus for being ranger, so you get 2 bonuses. This is for your sleeping. You are sleeping in those tents. So that gives you a bonus.
Okay.
So
You want us to roll for the sleeping too, or we
Yeah.
already? Okay. So
Okay. How do we do that again?
8 becomes a 10.
Stamina?
it's your stamina, and then your main stat for stamina.
Okay.
Which is the strength.
Got an 8 and a 7.
Okay, so you're good. You got a success.
D6.
I got a 5 and a 1.
Okay, you don't sleep very well.
Yeah. I did just
Now you
butcher up
I
somebody.
did too. 5 and a 1.
Okay.
Get off of me.
4 and 3.
Now you know how Olaf usually feels.
Yeah.
That's right. I care.
Wake up.
can- now
Those
you
aren't
try-
pillows.
Would you both roll?
5 and a 1. I rolled the same
Okay,
thing
now
he
you
did.
can try pushing it, but if you roll the 1, you got to keep, and if you roll another 1,
Yeah.
it won't be good.
No, I'll just
Okay,
like
so
crap.
neither of you sleep very well, so you are going to both get a level of fatigue.
Okay.
So on your character sheet, you will see a fatigue, and you're going to mark that off. Did you do all right?
I did a 4 and a 3.
4 and a 3. Do you want to try and push that and re-roll it?
Yes. Just re-roll one or both?
Both.
Both, because you didn't have any ones, so...
Where's that at?
10 and a 5.
Okay,
Stress.
so you're good.
She got 2 successes.
You've seen it anywhere?
Is there
I don't see fatigue. There's
is there not a fatigue on
damage and stress.
No.
Oh,
Or would it be a stress?
or pine cone. There's pine cone here.
Let's see. Pine cone?
Oh, the part. Oh,
No wonder I get sleep. I was sleeping on a pine cone. What the hell is
It's the
Get
size
this
of
out
the
of-
truck.
it's
out of print. Jim says he's blushing now.
Oh my goodness. It
Oh, it gets worse.
gets
yeah.
very worse.
probably.
Yep. I'm sorry. Rob, you might want to move that down.
Oh, there's condition
Move it
sleep
down.
deprived.
There we go, sleep deprived.
Mark that off.
Sorry, yeah.
Move what down a little bit, sir.
So it has, what, like 5 boxes or something like that?
No, it's one.
It's 4.
Oh, is it just
It's
one?
one
for
box.
each.
Unless it cut off,
Better in my pocket. You know?
but I don't think it did.
No, it probably
Try
didn't.
talking. Just try talking.
Okay.
So
I'll
you are
put it
sleep
down.
deprived
Just
right
what's going
now.
on, say how's it going. If I'm getting really loud, you know what's going
See
on.
what that does, so that we know.
A little better.
Yeah.
It's out of print. GM says, well, you're my type of players then.
Yep. Yep.
Just wait.
Just wait. Like, wait till the midgets and the mayonnaise comes out.
Again?
Again? Robbie,
No, it's just too basic. We need some aioli.
Oh, Brad, what are you doing down there?
Why'd you say Brad?
Mike, see, I was so confused.
Wow, Brad, that's impressive.
It was really good. All I know is all of a sudden. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike has gone to the table again. He's obviously been scared. What happened? If you would like to save Mike, please send us roses on Ding Dong.
Save Mike. Well, if you'd like to contribute to Mike's therapy,
Save the mic fund.
save the Mike.
Aaron, hello, Aaron.
Maybe
Hello, Aaron.
save us from Mike.
All right, so
There we go.
Facebook is still working. I don't know why TikTok has dropped dead, but
Yeah, it's still going because people are joining.
Yeah, they're just saying.
good. Welcome. Mystery Marsh something or other is our #1 guy.
Okay,
Yay.
Do everybody
so
think
you
that-
will both take 1 point of stress also.
Oh, okay.
And you won't be able to heal normally.
Jesus.
You're probably dead.
Yep. Halfway there. Stuart reminds me of the Dead Milkman song. You know what, Stuart? I like you. You're not like the
Actually, I
other
sent
two.
this to Andy Hop.
You won't be able to heal stress normally. So,
How do you get rid of stress? A spa.
Sleeping.
yes, while talking to each other.
Aw, hey.
In this case, mainly just getting rest
Okay.
when you solve that. So, and so basically, it would be probably like you guys probably had rested a little bit earlier, but basically on that second shift, about 6 in the morning or so, you guys probably all kind of wake up again. So it's up to you guys what you.
6 a.m.
They kind of told you a little bit what they found when they got back, but they were also pretty tired too.
Right.
So go ahead and role play.
Out of print, GM. This is a group I part an intervention for Mike.
Yes. Well, what'd y'all find out?
We found the Renegade's base.
Oh my gosh, I didn't sleep
An old farmstead.
All right.
Yeah, we'll get
What?
working on that still a little bit today.
But,
we didn't find. We found pickles.
it's got 4 guard towers.
What? Who does?
The Bates, the farmstead.
Oh, you found them.
Yes, that's what I
I
said.
found them. Well, hot damn! How many?
Wake up.
I'm sorry, I didn't sleep well.
Well, there's at least
There's
4.
pine cones all over the place.
There's at least 4. Well, at least you weren't smoking. I mean, so but there were
maybe.
one guard in each of the towers. There's a couple of barracks buildings, a house, barn.
Were they all paraplegic and basically
Unfortunately, not.
That means it's going to be a challenge.
Were they all armed?
Couldn't really tell per se in the dark that much, but Angus is still there. He's checking out.
He's still there?
He's still there. He's overwatching. He's
All right.
Well, he's trained. I mean, he knows what he's doing.
How many guys are there? Can you estimate?
Or am I still in Maine?
Not really sure.
Not really sure. More than 4?
My best, just general guesstimate, I'd say 20.
20.
But we'll know more when we get back, and Angus will have been able to scope the thing out over a period of time.
Well, that's 4 apiece.
Both day and night.
Maybe I'll do surgery on him, and that'll take care of
That's take care of all.
Now, before we continue, did you guys have? I know we kind of ended them at that point. Do you guys have Did you guys make a plan on how to hook back up with him, or any idea what you guys were going to do?
I think we were just.
I think we were going to take a rest and go back.
Yeah,
he was just going to come back on his own. I can't remember now what it was,
I
but
thought we were going to join him. I thought
that's what we were going to do too. Yeah.
Okay.
Rest and then go back to him.
Okay.
we're just going to keep
coming
Yeah,
back.
so
Was-
I probably would ask that. Being go
Because I was
ahead.
saying, because probably the one thing is like if you guys come in as a group, you might be seen easier.
Right.
You know, so he might want to, if you had like a predetermined time, he could at least sneak out and then meet up with you guys somewhere a little further away,
We'll make
We
duck
did not
noises.
establish anything.
Okay.
So I'd probably say, well, is he coming back? Are we supposed to meet him somewhere or what?
Yep.
Yep. You didn't plan that far ahead?
Man, we were tired.
Well, I'm tired too.
Do you sleep on pine cones?
We're going to
They're
rest.
everywhere.
I'm going to smoke a pine cone. I'll
We're
be
going to
back.
rest up and then get back to him.
All right.
We're going to meet him, hopefully. Or one of us will have to go up and to him.
All right. Great. And possibly 20 guys. Is that the low end or the high end?
That's the. We don't know. That's what we're waiting to get the information.
That's just my considerated.
That's why I'm back, just to get more information.
All right. So once we get this information, what's the plan?
I don't know.
I mean, are we
Until
going to...
we know.
Well, you've seen the place. You went there to think about taking them on. Is it feasible? Or should we just say...
Possible in the dark. Well, it depends on exactly what he's able to find out.
Depends on the amount of people there, of course.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing we couldn't figure out when we were there.
Right now, we're
That's why
basically
they
outnumbered
overnight,
4 to
so-
1. That sounds great.
Well, maybe they go out on patrols. We can kind of knock them out as they go, or something.
Probably raise more of an alarm. Don't you think?
Well, I mean, it'd be better if we can ambush, those guys going on patrol, take them out, and they figure out what happens. I mean, we could just be they're killed or we get killed, and we know our level.
The refugee farmers here, they say that they've always ever seen 4 at a time on horses.
All right.
And there's a
we
bunch
should
of
probably
horses there. I think.
Well,
more-
no, they never actually said just 4. They said about half a dozen.
half a dozen.
Yeah. And before it came from what he saw. when
Okay,
he
that's,
wrote out.
that's Japanese counting.
Okay.
Yes, his character's Japanese,
So-
so he's like 2 to 4.
Japanese American.
I know. You can't count. You're supposed to be able to count. Count.
I'm
that's
not
racist.
Bavarian
I know it is.
or,
It's very bad.
Yugoslavian, but anyway.
Kristen says, love the new camera setup.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kristen.
Thank you.
So, if by my estimation, I came up with that there's about 6 on horses when they come to visit the farmers here. 4,
6.
6, 4 in the guard towers, another shift of 4. So that's 14 right there. You figure you got others that are doing other
Right.
stuff around. So that's why I'm saying upwards of probably 20.
Right. Because there's probably a few days somebody got the day off or something. At least they're not doing.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, if
They
we
get
go in there
vacation
shooting,
time and
they're
sick
going to
time.
cancel their PDO time and come right out there shooting back at us. You know that, right? They're going to be like, you know what? I've had the day off.
That's why
I don't want to get shot. I think I'll clock in. I'll break. All these guys.
that's why I'm looking for some nice knife work on the towers.
Right. Right. How are you going to get that close?
Quietly.
Yeah. And like, like he could dress like a bush.
Right. So I'm going to be parked like 5 miles away as a getaway car, right? Is that it? Is that the plan?
No, you're going to come in and distract him.
I doubt we can drive that close.
That's awful damn funny. It ain't happening.
I know.
What?
Probably wouldn't be able to drive too close. I'd hear your motor, wouldn't
Right.
Well, he said 5 miles.
Yeah,
5
that's right.
miles,
You can walk there. If you're not there, I'll leave. All right. Well, when are we supposed to meet him? When do we head out?
I? This morning.
Okay.
After we get just a bit of rest here.
Well, great.
The rest of us slept.
We've been hiking all night.
Well, I think out of print says divide and conquer or divide and pinecone for this group.
Divide pinecone it.
Yep. We're going to
right.
pinecone it.
I saw that Lord of the Rings. I went to the future and watched that where they caught them on fire and threw them at the orcs. That's what we're going to do. Because we have about as good a chance of doing that as taking out this farm. I tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
I tell you what.
Was that movie actually out yet?
No, I said I went to the future and watched it.
Okay.
I had a dream that they were going to do that in a movie someday. I read the book.
They should have made a movie out of that there. That Frodo boy, he sure is funny. He's a funny fella. He got that furry face. Oh, God, I remember my Auntie Martha.
Are you making fun of me?
Nope.
Good.
Okay.
Because if I could shoot, I would shoot you.
What are you guys planning then?
Well, we should fill in the people that live here what's going on. I mean, at the
Well,
very least,
Lusky was with them, and
Yeah.
they're up by now while you guys were talking, and
I mean, at the very least, they know where they're at now.
yeah,
Right.
So they can avoid that area. If they try
For
to...
murdering your son, here's some information.
Thanks.
Oh.
Thanks.
So probably actually, Lusky will probably after you guys have kind of eaten a little bit, and they actually do provide you with some food and some drink, so you don't have to worry about that this time. He probably kind of comes over when you guys are kind of finished up eating and stuff, and it's like, so what now? What your man is out there? What do you plan on doing?
Rejoin him, see what information he's gleaned in the meantime, and work out a plan. Take these guys down, get your people back.
Say, I will go with you if you wish.
That would be helpful.
You do realize that there's a bunch of men there. We might not make it through this. Maybe I'm a doomsayer, but I'm just saying that we're outnumbered like 4 or 5 to 1 at the moment.
And goes, Mikolo has decided also, and he kind of nods over to the older guy.
Mm-hmm.
Not the real old guy, but the other one. They kind of had like his own little separate group. He had,
Yeah.
you remember he looked like he had 2 sons,
Right.
and they had probably wives or girlfriends with
Right.
them.
Yeah, that guy.
And it's like, he agreed to go with us as well. Basil, though, I do not wish him to go. He should stay here.
That's
But
fun.
we both decided if something happens, then at least we can slow them down a little bit, and then the rest of us could leave.
Are you really wanting to do something to these people?
Well, they do have Baltazar. He is my friend. So if there's a chance to get him back, then yes.
Okay.
It is,
And there does kind of, you can roll your empathy a little bit.
Me as well, because I'm.
Yeah, if you're there, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd definitely be.
Now, is there a penalty because of the stress?
No.
Okay.
Just the empathy, right?
Yeah.
Do I have
7.
persuasion? Would that add into that, or just straight?
No, just to make a straight empathy.
I got a 1.
Okay.
I got a 7, which is
He's like,
1.7.
yeah.
You do when he's kind of saying that and everything. You kind of get the feeling it's kind of like maybe this does have a little bit to do with his son.
Yeah,
Maybe not necessarily as like revenge,
but more of a.
just fuck it.
Yeah, I don't have anything left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he still has his wife and everything.
Right.
But it's like, yeah, he's kind of
Yeah.
a little messed up, maybe a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I'll take note of that, but I won't say anything yet.
Mhm.
I'll just kind of like. Well, we got to go meet Angus when we heading out.
like I said, did we get a little shut eye, maybe hour or two there, big man, and then hop in the vehicle and get over there closer towards them.
Can everybody get on the vehicle? Pretty much.
The Humvee? Yeah, you were all in it. Oh, well, as far as like when you go and rescue them, if depending on how many there are, you only know of 3, 2 girls and then both Azar. Yeah. So yeah, you could technically throw them in the back and everything. You don't really have a
what
whole lot of
about
stuff.
like the other guys who come with? I mean, everybody can pile on top.
Weight wise, you'd be fine, I think.
Okay.
But it'd be kind of crammed.
Please.
Okay.
And if you ever get hit by something big, it's going to be a mess.
Okay.
Is that for him or?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's for everybody.
I thought he might be passing it down to
Now,
me.
you're standing notes. You better tell everybody what's going on here.
Bring that up here, young man.
What's it say? What are you? Oh my gosh, you're doing what to him?
I just kind of figured you were sending it down to me, and then Dennis.
I'm trying to get a note.
You got to say to the DM.
No.
I'm trying to get a note
Out
down.
of print, DM said you are never outnumbered.
Mike,
It's a target-rich environment.
To the left, to the left.
Do you know a Dirk Johnson?
Where'd Mike go?
He's under the table again.
Mike, that's not how we play role-playing games. It's called tabletop for a reason.
I don't care what you do. I'm not giving you any extra points or any.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are, mister.
Quit playing with my shoelaces.
Go ahead, I'm
Okay,
listening.
so when do you guys want
Leave
to
my zipper
try?
alone.
When do you guys want to try and head back out there?
Well, did they already sleep when they got back then?
These two were able to sleep.
Okay.
Okay. So do you guys need just a wee rest?
We need the wee rest.
Yeah, if I
It
could.
would take one shift to walk back out there. Now that they know where it's at, it takes one shift to march out there.
Okay.
But the drive.
Real world.
Oh, the drive, not that long.
Real world on TikTok. So what y'all doing? Y'all send me some money, please. And Keeper of Something says you have some mic static.
Mike
Well, that's not
Stack. On
surprising.
TikTok. Yeah, that's
It happens on
kinda
TikTok.
normal.
We can't help it.
Yeah. You're never outnumbered. You are in a target-rich environment.
We
Yeah.
already heard that one.
Oh, okay.
real
you
world.
were under the
We're
table.
tabletop role playing Twilight 2000, like a World War III game.
And some of us are under the table role playing.
Yeah.
Is Mike still under there? Oh, never mind.
UTTRPG.
I think he should get the OnlyFans page.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to
The
work.
thing is, you got his phone set down there. If he was taping our crotches. He's got that one camera that he got that does the fish angle under there. It's all of our links.
It's for the foot fetish people.
Check out those shoes.
That would be a great thing to do.
Just. Oh, we mounted the camera too low. Sorry.
Sorry.
Welcome to the Raconteur Society Tuesday. What?
Well,
what are we looking
do you want to head out there right away, or do you want to wait a bit, or what?
Tuesday night.
at? Tuesday night.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, that deserves that. Come on.
Here. That one for Rob.
Preach foot.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Says the disembodied voice.
I'm down here checking your feet for trench foot.
Yeah,
Mike's practicing his pedicures. Look at me.
you're down about a quart down here, okay? Just so you know.
Oh,
Well, what do you think? You want to head right back out there, or what?
Yeah.
I think you need to change your socks.
Because we don't want to leave Angus out there all by himself too long.
Angus out there in case he gets caught. He'll be joining. He'll be seeing what his buddy that he's holding on to is doing.
But he will also need some time, though.
To rest.
Yeah.
No, I mean, he'll need some time to keep an eye and just collect information and
Right.
stuff.
Well, all this going on this morning is
Yeah.
probably more than enough. Plus the trip to get there and the whole bit. So we'll have a good breakfast and then we'll get him
Oh, it's Hobbits and breakfast.
pine cone.
Oh, it's a buffet.
Whiskey.
Pine cones and whiskey.
It's not.
They do have pine cone jelly or jam, which is weird.
That's
You can make stuff out of pine. You can make food out of pine
Yeah.
cone.
Pine cone jelly or jam, I guess, is a. I can't remember what nationality uses that a lot, but
The pine cone people.
The Pinecone people.
Probably way north.
It's the yours there.
Canadians.
You do have a jar. I pull out my jar of grape jelly, put a pinecone in it.
There you go.
Eat up.
Far north, you're on the South Pole.
In the south, yeah.
I like Pinecone
At
people.
least till the poles flip.
So you done, Mike?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Your feet are all in perfect condition.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But he put everybody else's shoes on everyone else.
I tied your laces the wrong way.
Sweet.
To each other.
We do Raconteur Society anywhere we can.
Well, guess we're gonna head up and move them out.
Rawhide.
Head them up, move them out, rawhide.
Okay. It doesn't take that long when you're in the vehicle. What's your intention?
Anastasia says,
Once
hey,
you
no
kind of
more-
get in
no
that
more funny
area,
business.
you're going to try and...
They're gonna have to direct us, and then tell them when we get a pretty good distance away to where they're not gonna hear us or anything.
Right.
Let us know so we can stash the car, the Hummer, and then get up there. If
Yeah, if
that's
there's
what
a
we're
place
doing.
we can hide it pretty
Probably
good.
the other end of the woods.
And be like, okay, and how? So one of you guys is gonna go up there and get Angus then?
I'll go up and get him.
All right.
Okay. Are you guys...
I'm like, are you sure you shouldn't have the sneaky guy go up there and get
Yeah,
him?
probably better. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go get him. I'll toss a grenade.
Let's send the guy called Boom Boom.
That's crazy. Everything will just start exploding. That'd be
Why don't you
great.
just go ahead and sacrifice yourself, and then we'll send Kenny after both of you. How about that?
Okay.
If you hear me singing,
Are you going to try and find some place to hide the vehicle then? Or
Yeah, if we
and you
can.
just kind of stay hunkered down for a while?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead. Whoever's got the highest
Singing.
If you
recon.
hear me
Country
singing
roads.
country roads, you know shit's going to go wrong.
He stepped on a landmine. I'm sorry, what was that last one?
Whoever's got the highest recon, and you make your roll.
I do not have any.
That would not be
D6.
I think we're both about even.
That would be you.
Probably.
Then.
All right.
Yep.
Because I don't think any of the rest of them have it.
Negative Ghost Rider.
Where'd it go? Okay, 6 and 10.
Here's my recon. I do what you do.
We can order it.
I reckon.
Is Mike
I
mole?
got a 1 and a 6.
Okay. So you got one success. So you kind of situate
Mole,
them
mole,
behind
mole.
the vehicle
Yeah,
within
it's
a little
horrible
forested
anxiety.
area.
Yeah, drag that branch over here.
Yeah.
Buck melanoma.
So it is probably
quarter
at
inch, yeah,
the
right.
end of
You
the
go
second
downtown and
shift,
have
so
a
it's
rat
close
gnaw
towards
that thing
noon,
off your
and then you're going to start making your way up to where he's at. So go ahead and make another recon roll.
Oop.
5 and
1.
1.
Okay. Let me see.
Hey, I'm back.
I'm bad.
You can't find me.
You can make
Pine trees out of them.
Eventually. Might take a while.
Fair point. Fair point.
Yeah.
Come in.
Is that someone knocking?
Did somebody hit the table or did somebody knock?
Sound like someone goes on, but whatever.
Out of print DM. Did you come over?
It's the cops.
It's the cops.
Keep it down.
Somebody's
Sure sounds like it.
Yo. Hello.
Is that your roommate?
Hi ho.
Did you order something?
No.
It's a Raconteur Reserve with frozen pizza.
Okay, then.
This is Dan, everybody.
Hi.
Hey, Dan.
Actually, he was planning all this. That's why I was trying to find the address for this. Like, what's the address? But I can't remember.
Oh.
He brought us
Oh.
frozen pizzas for.
Yay!
That's his way to get into the Raconteur.
That's donation. Bribes.
For the starving gamers.
I'm gonna run these upstairs.
Ugh, I needed that. Speaking of starving gamers, my daughter is doing Girl Scout cookies. So
That's right.
if somebody would like some, please let me know. It has to be by the end of the week. So pretty much this is your chance to order.
Oh, wow.
Now, if this is just pre-order, if you want some, then she can order some. But this will guarantee you if you want something, you'll get them. You don't have to pay tonight. It's just
I think Bobby already told me.
you did online. But if anybody else wants something, yes.
Okay.
Delivery February 17th.
Month.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay.
So 501.
Kenny, you go ahead and make your way up.
Anastasia said, "Hey, Mike, no funny business."
And I'll have Angus.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and make a recon roll.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been jumping.
Amish. Not Braveheart. I know.
Yeah, I know. That's I always keep one thing of
You
that.
got an 8.
Okay. You can
I thought he was going to cook him.
hair movement through the woods,
Oh.
and you kind of look. You can see Kenny is coming up through the woods. He probably can't really see you very well, so you can kind of signal him or something like that. I just think of the Predators, Lawrence Fishburne, when he's
Oh, yeah, when he's the one who's been living there. Yeah,
Okay, you can kind of hear Angus.
All right.
So you guys kind of hook up.
Ooh,
Real organic Girl Scouts.
oh my!
Yes, of course. Everything we do.
That's why they're
Do
addicted.
you like Girl Scout cookies? Oh, that's how we get in.
Tim Curry Girl Scout.
Well, this is troop.
You guys
Troop
want some
2755. We'll go down there. We're just selling the Girl Scout cookies. You want some? Pa, 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 pa. Oh my!
That one with the beard was the ugliest Girl Scout I ever did see. He had a 5 o'clock
I'm
shadow.
not
man.
after
the
after,
Asian
dawn,
was cute.
after the darkness. I'll come back out. Where are you guys at?
Straight back that way.
We'll turn on the lights. You can see us.
We got the,
We'll leave the light on for you.
It's the big spotlight.
We'll put the Angus
the 8
symbol.
far
on
edge of the woods. We got the,
The Angus
big
symbol.
lump of
car
meat.
covered.
We just cut out a cow.
I'll come find you.
Picture and put it on.
Make my way back out.
Okay, go ahead and make another recon roll.
1 and a 4.
You want to push that? You'd have to it'd just be that 4.
If not, you might get seen.
No.
Okay. Okay. You do make it back. Them.
That looked very strange. Oh well,
All right.
it's my day off.
It's still,
The guy in the one.
Angus will rejoin us at Dirk.
So I guess we're camping out here then.
Yeah. Rest up.
Good.
Keep eye peels.
Okay. You guys can try resting again and see if you can clear up that sleep deprivation. For you,
I'll take watch.
say, kind of describe the first shift for you, the second shift, the third shift. You notice that again, the lookout towers switch off. Oh, I'm sorry. On that first shift, they did have the RPKs on the first shift in the early morning,
Yeah.
and then they switched off. They actually handed off those rifles to 2 other guys for the second shift. On the third shift, however, they keep them, and it looks like probably the guys that are like the cavalry. Some of them go up into the watchtower.
Did the mounted contingent come back?
Yes, they do return by the third shift.
Okay. So they just went out during the day, came back.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
So, and it looks like probably during that third shift, there's the lookouts. And then there's probably not a whole, let's see, 2 in a yard still. A lot of the other guys seem to be either relaxing or off duty. They do occasionally walk out into the courtyard. They do something,
Yeah.
whatever, but they look like they're on their own time. Sometimes they go over the house. You do notice there's probably one guy that does come out of the house, and he looks like he might be in charge.
Okay.
He's not dressed too much different than the rest of them. He looks a little bit older though. and he doesn't really carry. He does seem to have like a flak vest on that he has, and he seems to be carrying like a submachine gun rather than a rifle or anything. He just has this kind of slung around on his back.
Yeah.
He comes out every once in a while, probably during that third shift, and maybe talks or does something. Checks around on him and everything, and then he usually goes back.
I do declare the best chicken ever made.
All right.
You gentlemen.
So by your best estimate, yeah, there is
I
probably
smell beef
about
in the hills.
around 20 people.
You
here.
failed me.
Okay.
Flamethrower. Crispy.
About 20 people that carrying weapons.
Original recipe.
Yeah. And I mean, that's pretty much, with the exception of the, you do see that one, you think you do see that one guy that possibly that came out. He's definitely not armed. He looks like a civilian. He's not even, he has no military garb on or anything. That might be the guy that came out at night, you think, just by the size and disposition of him. And he seems to come out and maybe do some work, and he does go back to that one livestock area, but you don't see him like try and sneak out or anything after that. He seems to spend quite a bit of time in there during the later half of the day, and then the rest of the time he might go out and do chores for them. They might come and grab him, and he might go do something for them or something like that.
Dirk says, "Are they saluting that guy? You'd know if he was in charge then."
No, they're not saluting him.
Thank goodness Dirk is suited up to help us along with this.
Thank you, Dirk. Yay!
Really? Like chopped liver, did you?
No, he's the one always screwing us over with giving him like, no, this is the actual thing that's going on. Make sure you fuck him up.
And you can tell most of these guys, with the exception of a couple of them, most of these guys look like they've probably been in the military for a while.
Yeah.
Although a lot of their gear is kind of mismatched and stuff. Some uniform parts are ditched for something else, you know. But for the most part, the ones that seem to deal with the horses, they seem to be the most experienced maybe, as far as just the way they carry themselves.
Yeah.
But the others are not too far behind. So.
Okay.
And there might be like maybe about between 2 and maybe 4 that look like they may have just been picked up.
Yeah.
So
they picked up some refugee.
A
a little bit more than refugees.
Yep.
Maybe
refugee deserters.
Yeah.
What's the name?
So
nice.
So you kind of spend the day kind of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically you're gonna at nighttime, you're gonna head back.
Yep.
You know, about the end of third shift or the end of the fourth shift.
I did.
Oh yeah. What I got is it just
Your
actually
stamina and your strength.
Once the
It's for you to be
basically just after nightfall,
Okay.
before it gets totally dark, but when the sun
Do we have a penalty?
drops, so
Like
it's
Twilight 2000.
Okay.
yes.
Twilight in 2000, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I got 7 and 1 for my rest.
Okay.
And I got an 8 and a 10, so I got 3 successes.
Okay, so you can wipe off
You're so
wipe off the sleep deprivation.
Wipe off my
What about me though?
You can do that, but you still have stress. You still have a level of stress.
Both of us or just
Yeah,
me?
both of you.
Okay.
You guys have been acting that way anyway, a little bit. So,
Yeah.
like a bunch of little bitches.
so eventually,
me a bone. You told me.
eventually, Angus does come back. He locates you guys pretty easily. It's just after nighttime.
With pom poms and lights.
Flares,
You don't have to.
honking the horns. Got pop guns full of
Hide the
confetti.
Humvee. Just put a big cardboard sign, not a Humvee.
They're having a gender reveal party,
And the gender of the Humvee is
and then the
Brown,
forest catches on fire.
Actually, there is a good kind of along the same lines. The World War II, the Germans had put together in Holland, in the Netherlands. They built a wooden airfield, completely made it look, trying to deceive the bombers.
Dirk asked.
The only thing was that the British had actually seen them putting it up because they had underestimated the length of time it would take to build it all.
Oh,
So the British didn't do anything to them. They're just like, okay, they're building a. But after it was completely built, they sent one plane in, and they dropped a wooden bomb.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
Dirk asked, "Are there berets? And if there are, what color are they?"
Oh, they're berets?
No, they don't have berets.
What?
They must be a French crew.
Yeah, they are.
They're doing slam poetry.
There's beignets and shit.
There's one real deadly dangerous person there, though. It looked like a mimic. A mime.
Mimic
person.
He's out there going.
Well, he was pretty dangerous as storytellers. Remember?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goddamn mimes.
All right. Get out of this box.
Bill had me and Bobby watch the Pokemon movie, the Detective Pikachu Detective. And we're like, okay, we'll watch it. It was actually really good, really cute. They had a part with Mr. Mime where they're trying to interrogate him. Oh my god. He's like pretending to pour gasoline, lights a match. He's like, it's like, what the heck? Oh, that part was so funny.
All right. Angus.
Yes.
I don't know why I'm having such a trouble with your name.
It's just like the beef.
He doesn't have a
I
nickname.
got Doc, Joe, Boom Boom, Kenny, and then
Angus.
someone Scottish.
Dope. How'd I get dope?
Dopey.
Doc and Dopey.
I'm sneezy.
That's easy. I'm slutty.
I'm puking.
Cutie.
I'm Kenny, and they haven't killed me yet.
It came close.
You bastard.
You bastard. You still kidding.
All right, what's going on?
All right. So I've given them a rundown of everything I've seen. That there are confirmed that there are about 20, and it's like, okay. There was a group that left during the day on horses. There were 4. There were 4.
Oh, right. Sorry.
I saw 4.
5 lights.
So
5 lights.
Could be
Oh,
good.
shit.
Could be bad.
So it is the apocalypse. So
Yeah.
So basically, we can either try and attack at night, or we can let them split their forces up and attack during the day. As long as a group leaves, that would.
Well, how many guys total are in there do you estimate?
So about 20.
So 4 guys leave. That's gonna still leave 16.
Yeah, I mean, if we attack at night, then presumably we have some kind of surprise on our side. Of course, if we attack at the right time, we'll have surprise on our side no matter what.
Don't forget these guys don't have night vision.
Yeah.
Right.
And you got one guy who's just a doctor.
Yeah.
And neither of us can really shoot for shit. So I don't know how you plan on pulling this off. So what's your plan of attack? Speaking of that,
Well,
Do we have any explosives?
And you do not. Aleski and
He is an
Michelob is there.
yeah.
So
And are they armed
they got hunting rifles
hunting rifles? Okay.
with scopes.
Well, then, I mean, that could be a help then.
So, how much light are around the buildings at night? I mean, did those towers have floodlights of any kind? Or
There was lights coming from the bunkhouses inside, and then at the house there's lights inside. Outside, probably not that much. Just using moonlight, starlight, and everything.
mm-hmm.
did you ever get any eyes on the prisoners?
No. There was one guy that might have been. I did see what looked to be a civilian. He was moving around with a toolbox. Seemed to be, doing some work that they were. Whatever
Describe
they
him.
set him
What
to.
did he look like?
I'll give a
Okay.
description.
Because that sounds like Balthazar.
All right, so he's still
And he
alive.
did have tools. He does work on stuff.
All right,
So they could be using him to repair things.
So he is alive. We know that.
Yeah.
But you don't know where they keep him. You
He
never
had
saw
come
him.
out of the house, right?
Yes.
He came out. I saw him come out of the house, go off and work in the livestock buildings, and then he went back to the house afterwards. So it would seem to be the house where he was at.
Was he under guard when he went out there?
He wasn't under guard, but
they were probably watching.
There were guards there. He did stop and talk to one of them, so he probably was getting quizzed on where he was going, what he was doing. So whatever issue they were having him take care of, that's probably what it was.
And don't forget the little incident between the livestock and the barn there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I just wasn't saying anything about it.
Okay. All right. No. Okay. That's fine.
Because I'm not sure exactly what was going on with that, so it's like, okay. Now, what are the two round?
They were old grain
grain
silos that have been torn down.
Oh,
they're derelict now. So
all right. Let's see. I did notice that during the day, two of the guard towers, they brought RPKs out, right?
Yes.
So they had machine guns up in the towers. They didn't have them at night.
Well, they'll have them at their stations, but I mean, probably when they're
No, they were brought out to the towers.
maybe in their guard area, they're having them or something.
Was everybody who was wandering around armed, or just the watchtowers that you saw?
No, most everybody was armed.
Yeah. All right.
That was the difference between presumably, I want to say Malachi. What was the name?
Of which one?
The prisoner.
Oh, Balthazar.
Balthazar. Presumably Balthazar was significant because he was not armed, whereas everybody else was.
With rifles, machine guns, or just pistols?
Mostly assault rifles.
Yeah, mostly assault rifles. What looked to be the possible leader was carrying a submachine gun.
All right.
Probably more as a status symbol than anything. So, do you have any thoughts on how you'd like to get into this?
Did the lights go out in the barracks during the course of the night?
Wait.
Yeah, probably
Kurt's
by
covering that.
third and fourth shift, they were probably out at the barracks.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so yes, they did.
Much better.
How vigilant were the guys at night in the towers?
Fairly decent, but you notice during the day, at least that during the day, they didn't seem to have any night vision scopes, obviously.
Yeah.
At night, you couldn't really tell if they'd had any or not.
Okay.
You did notice they did have binoculars during the day.
All right.
And
so
you also would have noticed they probably had some radios.
yeah.
Hand radios.
Yeah. All right. So they
Ham
had
radios.
had walkie-talkies,
Ham radios.
binoculars during the day. Didn't seem to have any night vision devices. So if we time our attack to be either just at dusk or just before dawn, we might be able to get the drop on them before they're really aware. Since most of you don't have night vision goggles either,
No.
we can't rely exclusively on darkness. So would you rather do this like in the morning or just after dusk? In the morning, as things develop, the light will bring it up and you'll be able to have more effect, but then so will they.
Just remember this also, you guys don't have to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
Okay.
so I'd like to point out, get the drop on them. You mean the guys in the watchtower? Because everybody else is going to come out of that house and those barracks like ants with assault rifles.
Yeah.
What's your plan there?
Well, grenades work really good for that.
They do.
So where are we all going to be during this?
In there, Kansas.
Sounds good to me.
Line of fire.
Yeah, that's probably going to be it. Well, what I'm asking is, I got the vehicle. We got prisoners that we're trying to get out of here. You want me to be down the road a ways? Because I can't shoot for shit. I can be there so you can get them to me and I can get them out of here.
Are there vehicles on the property?
Just the horses,
No,
right?
just the horses.
Well, I ask
Alexis?
Mm-hmm.
Alexei and the other Aleski, and what was the other guy's name?
Miklo.
I asked them, you guys ride horses okay?
Don't forget about flares. World War II tech still
Possibly managed, but
we don't have any
not very
players.
familiar with them.
We don't have any right.
Why? What are you thinking?
Well, if anybody needs to make a fast getaway, there are horses. Just jump on them and go, and at least you can get here quicker, maybe, or at least scare the horses off or something.
Well, if we do this, we're going to need every hand on deck.
Hmm.
You Americans and your cowboys.
Yeah, I'm from Oklahoma. Of course, I'm a cowboy.
And don't forget one thing, even though you're not, I mean, that might be the way you're thinking, obviously,
Right,
but
yeah.
don't forget, I mean, suppression fire does help out.
Just keep them down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think, well, if we do this, every hand is going to have to be on deck, unfortunately.
I just don't know if this is. It just seems a little overwhelming to me.
Thinking if we came in the back of the property, take out that one guard tower pretty easily. It's kind of isolated.
Did they happen to check in every once in a while with each other, or they just looked at each other? How did that work at night? Did you hear them or couldn't hear them?
You wouldn't be able to hear anything.
Yeah.
We
I
could also
couldn't hear
let the
anything.
horses free. Whatever other livestock they got.
So we can come around from the northwest and approach that
Come in
guard tower
through
on that side.
Come in through
The silos would work as debris.
Yeah.
You could come in through the livestock barns. Get to the house.
The only thing with that though, if there's any kind of alert and we're on that end, in order to get any prisoners, which are presumably in the house, we're going to have to get past the guys in the
You could
barracks.
just go right. You just go right to the house. Take the other.
Go to the
There's a road that
northeast.
goes right by the house. We can get past that.
Or we hit all the towers at once.
Yeah,
We do have 2 hunting rifles, but
and a sniper.
once
rifle.
we fire,
bomb
they will
specialist.
hear it.
The thing is, you're gonna have to get a bomb at every one of those towers before you're spotted. You gonna be able to do that?
Probably not.
Well, actually, we have 3 rifles that are distance shooting that can actually take out the towers, or 3 towers. If you can take out the other tower with an explosive,
What kind of explosive? You just have grenades, though, don't you?
I have no. I got a
Muppet.
I have a couple mines too.
Landmines?
Mhm.
Okay, well, that won't work very well.
It will if you want to lead them into a trap,
Well, yeah.
but you'd have to be able to get in there and get them. So we'd have to take somebody out.
It
Wait,
probably won't do much to the structure itself. You'd have to throw it up
Yeah.
into it.
It would be. I don't have enough explosives to take down a tower.
no, okay.
Yeah, he would actually need either a C4 or a rocket.
And the other thing you got to think of, these prisoners in the house, if gunfire goes off, you think they're just going to off the prisoners?
Probably.
nah, not at
Not
first.
necessarily.
Well,
No, they'll be more concerned with everything else. They might bring them out as sausages at the last minute. Sausages.
Is there a way that perhaps maybe we could just sneak them out?
That's what I was thinking.
We can try.
We do it at night. You said there's no lights on the search towers, right?
No. Well, I did see Balthazar looked like he crawled over towards the ruined barn and hid in there for a while during the night while he was sent out to work. So you might be able to get him out.
Well, maybe he's doing something over
This
there.
part-
Find him, yes. If
What if we wait in the tree line?
And just boogie over there.
Right. And in the middle of the night, what time was that you saw it?
It was about 10 or 11.
10 or 11.
I think I said 10
about
originally.
10.
We could wait, and if he does that again tonight, one of you guys and maybe one of you fellows can get his attention, see what the hell's going on, because there's no watchtowers over there.
There's one right here, right?
yeah.
No, there are watchtowers, but they're far.
Right.
That's like right in between them, so it's.
You'd have a better chance of just
Right.
two guys going up there, getting his attention, and maybe seeing what the
Yeah,
hell's
getting
going
through
on.
here.
Either get him over to you or
I'm
go
sure
up
his
to
friend
him.
would go.
He goes, there's a possibility of getting in there at night.
And at least if
Let
we
me
can
look
talk
at my
to him,
stats.
if we can talk to him tonight, maybe he can give us a better rundown of what's going on in the house.
Yeah.
And if I can get over
Because
it.
we don't have to do this attack right off.
Where were
the
the
bat.
most of the soldiers in? Where were they staying?
In the barracks, right?
Barracks in the house.
If I can
How
get
many
to
of
those-
them came out of the house? Was there?
They were coming in at all times.
Oh.
It looks like the house is like where they actually go maybe to rest and relax.
Yeah.
And then they would come out to the barracks to sleep.
If I can get to those barracks, I could trap those doors though with those landmines.
It's
But probably at about the probably in that fourth shift, that last part is where the house is probably the least active. So right before dawn. So they probably seem like most of them are kind of like up late,
that would
you know.
Put claymores in the trees and let them follow you. Lead them into an ambush.
We don't have claymores.
Yes, we do.
We do?
Got landmines.
Oh, that's true.
Well, but
There's 6 claymores. Is what they are.
are they claiming?
Are they claymores or are they mines?
Claymores.
Okay.
Well, claymores are different. So
Right.
Yeah, because you can string a wire so you can, or you can rig it radio.
Rigid motions. When they come out, they trip and blow themselves to
You
shit.
have to have the motion detector in order to do that.
I'll just sit with my finger on the button.
Well,
okay. I agree with you. Boom, boom. Try to sneak in, get a grenade to booby trap both of those doors. Both of those doors are not in line of sight of any of the towers. So
Well,
if you can
They
get,
are from the far tower.
maybe.
And even then,
But-
the two guards in the courtyard that are wandering
Well,
around,
is
they do
there
that all
is there
hours?
guards in there
Yes,
at
there
night
were,
as
there
well?
were wandering guards, and they were out all night.
Yep.
So there was
So-
shifts of guards at night also. So
I could just toss grenades in each building at that point if I'm not damn close.
Well, we like to. What I'm thinking, if we can get these two doors booby trapped, then continue on to the house. And whenever a commotion begins there, these guys are going to try to run out of the barracks. Boom at the door.
Well, they might come out of the barracks before we even get to the house and blow themselves to shit. We don't know because it sounds like they're running around all the time.
Well, I think we're getting ahead of ourselves. Maybe we should just
actually,
plan on talking to
Balthazar,
Balthazar first.
that would probably
What's
be
the
the
matter?
best thing.
All right.
out of print GM. Yes, bacon trees are useful. Bacon tree equals ham bush.
If you were here, we would throw dice at you. That's worth it.
You guys are meeting all the wrong people online.
Yeah.
I told you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay.
But if we go south, we gotta have something to go.
If Balthazar is out after dark, get to try to contact him.
At least get some more intel on what's going on inside, maybe.
Right.
So
we can get that from
The
him.
barn was ruined.
The back part is still intact. The front part, you can see where I've got like that little black dot and the lines coming
The
out.
sunburst.
All those hexes are debris.
Okay.
So that is where basically it's caved in and it's
We could
just wood
easily
frame,
get in the tree
pillars and
line.
stuff.
And then get up in this debris and wait for him to move. See if you see him. You think you can get his attention? Or
Well-
get up to him.
Actually, probably the best thing to do would be to try and get over to the barn and wait for him to show up. Hope that he's going to do that.
Should we have some sort of contingency in case?
That's what I was going to say. What's our contingency can?
Well, the contingency would be everybody getting ready with whatever weapon they have to provide covering fire to take as many of them out as we can. But if we can get in touch with Balthazar, then that gives us the opportunity to get better intelligence on what's going on in the building, in the house, and find out where the girls are. And if we're able to do that without any kind of alarm, at that point we can make a better plan.
He might be able to help us, you know.
Problem is, if we start moving these prisoners out, you know they're going to come running for that camp. They're going to know exactly where Balthazar came from.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to have to get out and go.
Actually, the group was already getting ready to move, right?
If they were pretty much planning on it if Aleski and Miklo didn't return.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now exactly when they would leave is debatable, but
yeah. Well, it's
Something we should also plan for is that when things do hit the fan, we get the horses out of the corral. Now maybe we can simply open the gate a bit under cover of darkness, enough so that anything starts happening and run off. That's going to cut down their transportation.
The only bad thing is if you're going to open one of those gates, that watchtower's right there.
That's what I said, under cover of darkness.
So do we want to plan on a morning attack then? And at night, try and contact Balthazar first and get some inside information going.
Right.
Because if we don't do it that morning, if we can get some information from him, maybe we can replan for the next day.
Yeah.
I mean, just because we talked to Balthazar at 10 o'clock at night doesn't mean we have to go guns a-blazing at 4 a.m.
Besides, who knows when those people come back too at patrol?
They're back.
Huh?
They came back.
Oh, they did come back. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're at this point they were all there.
All right, my bad.
So I say we talk to Balthazar tonight if we can. And if we can't, we don't do anything until another day or two. Just sit here and watch them.
Yeah.
Because if we don't get to talk to Balthazar tonight, then we go into guns a-blazing. We're going to screw everything up, maybe. They want to get shot. But if we can talk to him, that'll give us more time to plan.
Yeah. And they're not in any kind of, hurry or trying to go anywhere. They're pretty much just sitting tight. So if we don't spook them at all, then they're not going to go anywhere. They're going to stay right here.
We got time. So.
Well, we got food and we got enough water.
Now you were saying that Balthazar is doing some sneaking between there and the other part of the barn. He's got to be up to something.
Yes.
So by talking with him, we'll know what he's got going on.
They're saying, no, leave him alone and go away.
Yeah. I'm almost with you, Dirk.
Out of print says if you have hand grenades and jars, it might help. Place jars where needed, and sniper can shoot the jars to break glass.
In case of emergency.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Let's see if we can make contact first.
Yeah.
Probably which one of us try to contact Balthazar.
Where's contact?
You got the language.
So do you.
Well, Russian, anyway.
That's what I have.
Oh, right. Okay.
Well,
one of them should go with, so they recognize it.
Yeah.
Would they be able? Are they up to sneaking over to the building?
I don't know, but I don't know if he's.
Aleski probably has the same. Both of them have probably the same.
I mean, they are hunters.
D and recon, at least.
Yeah. So, I mean, they are
then,
used to sneaking around a little bit.
Is that what you guys have, D's?
Yeah.
And it's going to be nice to
But
have a friendly face.
I got a B for intelligence, so.
So do I.
Aleski has a C. They both have C, so they're not quite as good as you guys, but.
Well, okay, so if you do that, should somebody be over here to try and take out this guy in the tower if something happens?
Well, actually,
Obviously, they both have scout, though.
if the rest of the group stays in the tree line, and it is ready to react if something goes wrong, then that's at that point we can just go straight back out.
Do we?
Whoever's
Is
out
it
there,
better to
so-
be up higher or in the tree line?
Well, the only problem with being over here is that's all the way across the continent.
Right.
Actually, because there is a tree line over here as well.
I'm just saying, if something happens, you could start causing a distraction. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, if you want to take one of them into that side,
Yeah.
I'll keep the other one on this side. That way we've got 2 long rifles over here. And then if the rest of you guys can be on the other side with assault rifles.
Mm-hmm. We can get over close to this guy, and one of us over close to that guy, just in case.
If they probably Aleski and probably Mikola kind of talking to each other, kind of in Polish a little bit. Aleski's like,
You like M&M's?
we're able to get to Balthasar. Perhaps we can get him out.
Well,
Yes.
What about the ladies? Is that a big deal, or?
He seems pretty ashamed right now,
I understand.
but that's what he's kind of suggesting. I mean, he's not suggesting it, but it's a possibility.
Well, if things start to look bad,
I mean,
and if Balthazar does want to go now, get him out, and we've done our part. We can get you fellas back to your camp.
if anything, they'll think he escaped during the night
Right.
and go after him alone.
And we can get you guys back to camp. Your folks can move
Balthazar
on.
is guaranteed they're going to come looking for that camp.
Well, that's why we hightail it out of there.
We'd have to.
But if they don't raise an alarm and get Balthazar out, we got time.
True. That's
what I'm
if everything goes correctly. If not,
If you and them sneak up to Balthazar and he wants to go now, get him the hell back, and we will hightail it out of there before anybody realizes he's gone. Hopefully. We can get back to that camp, let them know you need to pack up and go now. Get out.
Now it'll still be difficult for them
Right.
because you can't give them a lift in the Humvee with
I
all
know,
that with their
but-
stuff.
Give them a heads up or
Yeah,
something.
especially if we
we fucked your life.
especially
Have
if we
fun.
deny them the horses. That's going to slow them down considerably.
That's true.
Or we get back to the camp. Some sort of stupid last stand there. I doubt if all these
Or we
guys
just
are
say
gonna
that
come to
with
the
all of
camp.
us and go back to camp.
there was only 10 horses.
Yeah.
So there's only going to be 10 of them mounted
Right.
at most. So we can possibly
Let's kill the
attack that.
horses.
True.
That doesn't exactly get any prisoners out, but
You know,
But it cripples their response time. So.
Yeah.
We could do that if anything. If things go south, I mean, you could sit here and have people here to take this guy out, and then we could get the horses out.
Well, like I said, I'll take one of these gentlemen here on this side with the rifle, the long rifles. You guys are on that side with the assault rifles.
Okay.
And when you make contact with Balthazar, at that point, you can decide what to do. I mean,
yeah, but if you're going to be two of the people going, or if there's 2 people going with Balthazar, one of them's going to be Aleski, and one of you guys, they'd have to have, recon and everything if they're going to sneak in.
Yeah.
well, that's what I'll ask the 2 of them. Which one of you is
Probably
better at?
Aleski.
So that would be Aleski and Kenny that sneak across,
Okay.
and then I've got
Miklo.
Nikolai on the other side. He's got his hunting rifle. I've got the sniper rifle,
I can put
and we can
a mine on each one of those roads too, further out.
provide some covering fire. And if something does go wrong, and they're all and they orient their reaction that way, then we start taking them out from behind.
Okay. Also, be aware that they do have the watchtowers are reinforced on the top there.
Mm-hmm.
So more than likely, you're probably going to have to try and do called shots on the upper to
Yeah.
get that upper body part, because otherwise, if you shoot and you just roll a leg, it's probably not going to penetrate.
Right.
when that patrol left on horseback, did they take the road?
Yes.
they did.
That's easy enough done. There's enough road out there. I could get them coming in and out anywhere direction. Probably be able to take them out before they even get to their place.
I wasn't planning on driving on any road anytime soon.
Right.
I can get out of here off road. I have to. Well, how far does this tree line go? I mean,
He's clearing the Mike's chest.
Does it go all the way?
yeah, it kind of goes from here. Where is there a place I could park
Yeah,
Humvee.
you could come around and park
it
behind.
back behind? That way we can
Yeah.
get into the tree line and get to that.
Yeah.
And if need be, I can get at least Balthazar and Alexi out of there, if need be.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I'm gonna take that back though. It probably doesn't extend that far off because there is going to be farm fields
Okay.
further out. So if you try to get into that forest line, they will probably spot you from the watchtowers,
Oh, okay.
especially with binoculars,
Okay.
because they are above the forest line.
Okay. So the best thing we can do is just try and find a place to hide on foot,
Yeah.
and then try and get back to the car. Work our way back around.
Yeah, or you could probably maybe at least bring it around and just park it further out.
Yeah.
You know, or
At least so it's
it
not
might
within
take some
eyesight.
time to do that, but at least would put if you're going to concentrate on that end.
Yeah.
But then again, at the same time, if you got to retreat that way, you would have to cross the fields.
Well, we can put the car out there because if you're going to meet him at 10 o'clock and he's like, I'm ready to go now, we can get out there at dark.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can get across the field to the car. And if we have to wait until morning,
But also be aware, it sounds like there's a patrol out there though of
Right.
cavalry, so
right.
they could spot you depending on how far out they go.
Yeah, maybe I'll just leave the Hummer where it is and just try and make our way back around to it. Somehow.
I said I can booby trap the road. That's easy.
You'll probably want to do that at night though too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, and it is night right now in our discussion, so that would be part of the prep for.
Yeah, and you came at dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, we probably, if it's just dusk, probably not time to get all the way around to the other side without being seen, and then sneak over to the barn tonight. If he goes in there tonight, so we should.
You could probably get someone over there.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't have to go that far out at night. At night, you've still got darkness and everything like that.
Yeah.
So you could still get someone over there. You could probably even get mines laid out if you wanted to. But driving the vehicle all the way around or anything like that, that would probably be too much. Especially you'd have to drive at night to do that.
We'll leave the car where it is.
Okay. Well, if we're wanting to do that, then we need to get moving on it. So I will take Nikolai and we'll go to this side with the
I'll go further.
rifles.
What's further down the road past that way?
I think that's probably going to eventually end up and connect with that road that you guys were on headed south.
Yeah.
But
Is there any part of it that's got a lot of bushes around it or anything?
Yeah, there'll be some bushes and boilers and stuff like that.
Probably just it's a narrow spot of the road.
Yeah, but I want to make sure I got enough cover too. I don't see it right off the bat.
Yeah. But, okay. You're gonna plant one down there somewhere.
How many landmines do you have?
6.
6? Okay.
Well, actually, pick one side, I would say, because probably isn't enough time to go back and forth and get both sides mined.
So probably priority this direction, probably, because that's the direction towards
it'd be
towards the farmer encampment.
I can tell you this: it's probably best. You're going to have better chances of hitting something if you actually use all the landmines.
well, yeah.
One landmine won't really do a whole lot because chances are good they'll just miss it.
Well, I got a trigger him, so I'm gonna be held up in a bush. That's the content. I'm the contingency.
Well, but we're also going to need you up here for suppression fire because me and him can't hit shit with guns.
Mm-hmm.
We're not very good at guns.
Yeah.
So we need you to be up here to
I'm set on a trigger then.
have to take everybody out.
Well, if you plant them, can one of them pull the trigger?
I can direct them to where they get a tripwire or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just do the tripwire.
Yeah,
Tripwire.
yeah.
So it really only takes about a stretch per landmine. So theoretically, you could probably get, if you got 6 of them, you could probably get that done easily within a shift.
Okay. Hi-ho,
Okay.
hi-ho. It's blowing up shit, I go.
So, Alexis and Alestri and I and you will head out that direction. And the two of us will circle around to get over there, get in position, get ready to be able to try to catch up with Balthazar.
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys can set up. And where do you think they're?
Are we going to be able to see him without the night vision goggles?
How good is your vision? Have you been eating your carrots?
No.
Well, he said something about getting into the barn first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all we need to do is sit in the tree line and
Just
if
wait.
something goes wrong, like suddenly we hear gunfire,
Yep.
start shooting.
Yep.
Just try not to hit anybody that might be friends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All's fair in love and war.
Okay, so you two, so basically the 4 of you are going to kind of go over that way.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Kenny and Oleski will move, we'll try and go to the barn.
Mm-hmm.
Angus and Mikolo will be on the south end,
Yes.
towards that first tower. Let's see here.
Oh, oh, hi-ho, hi-ho, it's off to where we go. With razor blades and hand grenades. Hi-ho.
Oh my.
Hi-ho.
Steal the horses, you can hoof it faster.
Oh, yeah, he's going to get hit.
We will mail you some foam dice so you can hit yourself with them.
Yeah.
Whenever
Repeatedly.
whenever we tell you to.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and do, we'll do you.
Do me, baby.
What is your agility, Mike? Is your range combat
B's.
D as well?
B and D.
Okay, I have an A and D. So.
Your D&D?
D&D.
I owe you money, don't I?
Don't grab me. Said their name. Look out. Notches are going to show up and take it from me.
What is your guys? Who's got the weakest recon?
I got none.
I got none.
Okay, so that's intelligence.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's the lowest intelligence?
What's your intelligence, Mike?
Mine's A.
Mine's all B, except for my empathy.
Mine's
B.
an A.
Mine's an A also.
Okay, so B. So Mike,
You are the weakest link.
roll.
Goodbye.
We'll get a D12 and a D6 because you're getting a bonus for the forest line.
Use your regular dice, not your ammo dice.
Huh?
These are your stat dice. These are your ammo dice.
Oh.
Easier to tell.
Oh. Okay. 4 and a 2.
Okay, you want to push that?
Yep. So I rolling both.
Yep, you didn't roll any ones, so
All right. I got an 11 and a 4.
Sweet.
okay. All right. So Angus and Mikolo, you two of you can get up into the forest line and get situated fine.
Yeah.
The four of you can get up to the forest over there and kind of get situated. You're just going to the forest line for you two, right?
Right.
Okay. So, the weakest link for you guys, what do you have?
I got a 6 and 10.
A 6 and a 10, and that's what they have, so it makes no difference. Give yourself, no, be just 6 and, hold on.
6 and 1.
6 and 10, so go ahead and roll.
5 and 1.
5 and 1. You want to try and push that?
Yeah. That's a 4.
Okay, so 4 and 1. All right, somehow you get lucky, and you're able to creep up towards that barn.
All right.
And basically, you can see there's a small area in the back there. There's like a hole where it's been kicked in or something, and you have to kind of crawl through.
This barn here?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right.
So, and you can kind of crawl in there. There's not a whole lot of light in here. You probably don't have any actual light, do you?
No.
Okay. So you can kind of hunker down in there and just kind of wait. You can kind of feel your way around a little bit and just maybe find a little spot where you can kind of sit down and squat. Yep. Both you and Alesky. So, you can kind of hear activity going on, like the guards every once in a while walking around. You can hear the horses and stuff outside.
Hey, Lord. They're speaking in Russian, though. So.
Tin can, filthy screws, let us out.
I'll send you to the glue factory. Silence every one of you.
After a while, you can hear some talking from outside.
Gibberish, gibberish,
A
gibberish.
little bit in and around.
Have you seen the Raconteur Society? Those guys are terrible.
What did they kind of talk about?
Definitely the enemies.
Yeah.
The enemy of my enemy is my
You
enemy.
can probably hear it's kind of just
LOL.
snatches of conversation because you're kind of a ways from it.
And sign them.
But one of them just seems to be like, probably something like in Russian, probably what are you doing out here again?
Changing my burrito.
The other one just says, I'm just gonna go work on something, blah blah blah, something Gusta. Says he wants it done, so I'm just gonna work on it, blah blah blah, something like that.
I'll be the guy running the place, actually. That'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? What are you doing?
So, that's about all you kind of pick up. And then eventually, they seem to part ways. Probably about 10 or 15 minutes later, you probably do hear someone crawling through that same hole that you guys crawled through. So.
Except you hear a... It's a rattlesnake.
What's he appear to be doing once he gets in there?
He transforms into a rattlesnake. This is actually Deadlands 2, Twilight 2.
Oh, okay.
You can someone kind of crawls in a little bit, and after a while, you can hear some fumbling, like maybe through pockets or something like that. And then you can see like a candle being lit. And you're like, ah! And you can probably hear Lasky kind of mention, he kind of whispers, and then he
You owe me 3 rolls!
No, that's the whole reason I wanted you to get me in here. I didn't really care about it.
So, I'll have Alesky, shush him or whatever, and
pretty much
let him know we're here, and then basically carry out the conversation. What's the lowdown?
Okay, so he kind of like, and
the horses are talking again.
In solitary confinement.
With just the candlelight, he kind of looks up and stops and like, who's there? It's me, Alaska. and he kind of starts speaking a little bit in Polish. And then he kind of starts. Balthazar kind of crawls forward a little bit.
Taking your present.
And like, kind of looks at you and everything. And like, he goes, "What is this? Who are you?"
Amerikansky.
Who?
Amerikansky.
He goes, "Are you with the man on the radio?"
Man on the radio.
He goes. He kind of looks over Lesky and is like, I kind of says something like, "How?" And Lesky like shakes his head like he doesn't know what he's talking about and everything. He goes, "Man on the radio, you are not with him."
Is he speaking English?
Yeah, he does speak English.
Oh, okay.
Not very good, but
Okay.
yeah.
No, which man?
He goes, "He did not give me his name. He spoke in Russian though."
Mm-hmm.
Or actually, no, he spoke in Polish. He says he spoke in Polish. He goes, and he kind of, as you kind of look with the light, as he kind of scrum forward, you kind of look around a little bit. There's actually a ham radio, kind of stashed in the corner, and it's got like a little headset and a little microphone and everything like that. And there's like
That's the Raconteur Society remote site.
I've been in there.
Coming to you live from the Bonga Barn.
a small generator there. That's not turned on right now, but there's a small generator there.
All right. No, but we can talk about that later. Are there plans of, or are you simply letting the man on the radio know where these Russians are going?
He goes. He said that they would send us help. And he goes, they are supposed to be sometime in the next few days.
Well,
But you're not them.
we're not them, but we are here now.
We're fucking it up.
He kind of looks over to Lesky and he's like, "Well, what?"
They killed my son.
Lesky looks over to you and goes, "Well, what now?" He goes, "What else do you?" He kind of looks over you. "What else do we need to know? There's someone else coming now."
Okay. What is the layout of the house? Where are the women kept?
They're up on the second floor.
One of your
One
women.
of the rooms in the
You want
back.
to buy your women,
How much for you?
your wife.
How much for your children?
The girl.
How much for the doctor?
There's usually two men there guarding them. In the room in the front, before that room.
We had estimated there were 20 of these Russian soldiers.
There's 20, but there's about 5 more that are not here right now.
People in their position.
They took off in the car.
I was watching TikTok. I'm so sorry.
Which way did they go?
It's a stupid
They went
chicken
north.
game.
Or actually, no, they went. Yeah, they went.
Is that north or which way? is
That's
north?
that north towards Mike.
That's north. Did they take one to the west,
I am north.
or did they go cross?
You are south. Everyone else is
By the
other
road,
directions.
but I do not know which way they will come. They,
The NPC
I think they go
outside
out
is-
and scrounge
Connor.
that they have working for them.
Okay. Okay. We can hold off doing anything until your man on the radio has his men here,
Do
if you
not-
want, or we can try to do some sort of rescue now.
He goes,
It's your neck. It is up to you.
He goes, well, are you going to try to rescue the other two? I mean, they've been wholly mistreated. Because I don't ever get to talk to them or see them or anything, but they are still there.
Mm-hmm. So do you want to wait for the man on the radio's men to come? We can wait and help them.
He goes, if they arrive, they will not know who you are. I told them everything. They said if something changes, then they might divert their course, because they seemed very particular of knowing exactly where people were going to be at what time. If they see you here, they might think you are part of the group. part of the Marauders.
Well, we'll be hiding in the woods.
Well, wish I knew what they were saying.
It was, I guess it depends on what you have others with you then.
Yes.
It was then,
Sorry.
I did not know. I mean, perhaps it would be best to get us out now if you can.
That's what you want. We can try that just before morning. When do you usually go back to the house?
A little bit from now. But I can be somewhere in the morning though, if you wish.
Well, it'll be before morning while it's still dark. Before the guards change and while whoever's in the bunk houses are going to be hopefully asleep.
Because I can try to get a hold of the people on the radio, but I tried last night and I could not get a hold of them. So I do not know if I will have much luck. But and there's a chance that they might hear the generator turning on.
Well, that's a chance that you're going to have to decide whether you want to take or not.
Yes. He kind of shrugs.
So now, is it dark right now, or is
It's still dark right now.
It is still dark right now. Okay. All right. Is there anything we might be able to use in the stable barns, the animal barns?
No, not really. I know they have a cache of stuff in the house underneath in the basement, but that's all I know. I don't know what's in there.
Do you know if the men who use the guard towers, do they have night vision
No,
equipment? No,
I had not seen anything like that.
Okay.
They do have binoculars and they have radios. They use the radios to communicate with Gustav.
All right. So, what part of the house are you actually in?
It was downstairs in the corner, the northeast corner.
Northeast corner. Okay.
There's a small room there that they let me sleep in. The two, like they're up on the second floor, the two girls, over on the east side. And then in front of that, there's another room there with two of the younger guards. They watch over from there. There's always at least two of them there. Gustav is up on the west side of the building. But the other parts, there's usually, depending on what time of the day, there's others coming and going and out when they're not on duty.
Out of print GM says, got to go to work stuff, need going. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you very, very much.
Please drop in.
I'd say we're probably not get started on too much here anyway, so
It's already 9.
Yeah. So,
just figure out what you guys want to do.
okay. Okay. I'll ask Gillespie if he wants to sneak back with me back to the wood line, let them know what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like,
Okay. Okay. We'll
don't mind me. I'm just passing through.
I'm just a chair.
The
washing machine.
meter man. Checking your meter here.
So we'll
You're the one or the blender.
we'll
Well, is there Balthazar, is there something you wish me to do? Are you going?
I'm a blender.
Attack in the morning then?
before dawn
Before dawn. Is there something you wish me to do then?
when it's the quietest.
Now, Can I remind him of something we just talked about before this happened?
Yeah, remind him.
It wasn't going to be this morning. We just wanted to contact Balthazar, so we're not going to do it this morning unless something went south. I thought that's what was agreed on.
No, actually, what we were saying was that the best thing to do was talk to him, get a better idea where things were,
Right.
and then using that information, if we need to, go ahead and go in that the next morning.
Okay. All right.
So that it was either way.
Yeah. Well, never mind then.
Okay.
If we're doing it, we're doing it.
Yes, while the barracks are the quietest and least activity here in the house. Besides Brutus, and the two guys watching the girls, is there any more than just those three usually in the house pre-dawn?
There's two others, but they're usually sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
So there's probably about 5 total in the house.
And Brutus has to sleep sometime. Okay.
Who's Brutus?
Wait, I can't remember.
Gustav.
Gustav. Okay.
Gustav.
Well, there's a U in there somewhere. Okay. Okay. You go about what you're going to do. We're going to retreat back to the tree line and then just wait for things to happen. When we'll probably assault the house quietly.
You suck. You're not painted.
You need a new room.
Nobody has a porch like that anymore.
Your windows
We'll try to
You're all chipped and painted.
we'll try to take out the two sleeping guys first, then try to get. I still want to say Brutus.
Gustav.
Gustav. While our other men are making their moves.
Our manly men.
tight.
Manly men.
Help. Perhaps a distraction for one of the two guys upstairs. I don't know.
Hey!
Meanwhile, we're waiting in the tree line having a musical.
So
I'll try and do what the hell.
Twilight 2000.
okay.
Spamahawk.
So we're gonna go ahead and sneak out then.
Okay. I'll let you get back over towards them.
Okay. And
Sneak.
Snoogie.
I'll describe the situation for you guys over there.
So, there's a bunch
We're fucked.
so you're saying there were a bunch of guys who are going to come here and help them, but we're going to go ahead and do it now.
We don't know for sure that they're actually going to be able to get here. And
I'm not gonna be able to get here.
it might be, a day, 2 days. The longer we just hang around, the more chance of us being discovered.
I gotta take those mines off the road.
I wasn't planning on just hanging around. If they were coming, I was thinking we
See,
could
now
leave.
here's the thing. You guys are all separate from these. You're just telling these two guys.
Yeah. So,
I'm gonna blow up their rescue.
Yep.
It's gonna be awesome.
if they come from that direction, 50-50 chance.
There'll be more equipment to scavenge, maybe.
Yeah.
But
So what's the plan then?
pre-dawn, when everything is quiet here. How long would it take for me to get back around the other side to let these guys know?
Probably just in time for a pre-dawn assault. I assume you'll, whenever you set your mind, you'll go hook up with them.
Probably, because I said I'm sure. So.
I'll have you make rolls.
Howdy.
Next
I'm triggered. I'm just sitting on these here mines, mister.
So,
Okay,
That's worse
well,
than
you
sitting on
said
the mic.
pre-dawn.
That's right.
I ask you,
Oh!
what is the plan?
we will try to get this gate unlatched.
Okay.
So the horses will have the opportunity to bolt at their opportunity when everything starts coming down.
Okay.
And then I intend to creep into the house, try to take out the 2 sleeping guys.
Are you proficient in close combat?
Yeah, he's a little Asian guy.
No, you guys aren't all together.
No.
So him and I are.
No,
Yeah.
you were talking right now.
Not
You're
per,
not in this conversation.
not,
Yeah, he is.
not per se, but
Yeah, because he was.
He's with us, but you were going to go over and set the charges and then go over and tell them what's going on.
Oh,
You were with us.
But so what I'll end up is I'll have one of you guys, as soon as I told you what the laydown is, run
Which will be
on the
Rob.
side, so you can be with them as the assault may start.
Well, that only puts
Unless
4 of us over here.
Alesky, myself, and you, and we'll try to get in.
We can't do.
Into the house. Someone to try to climb that tower. At about the time we're sneaking in, try to take the guy out of the tower.
Well, I can't sneak, and I'm not good with a rifle, but he is. Oleski should stay behind and use his rifle to shoot those guys. But if we're doing that, we ain't going to get the horses.
and let me ask you this: did you already set your mines?
Yeah, they're triggered and ready.
How about I run a cool?
Well, he's not, because you guys are still up north, then, right?
in the tree line.
Yeah.
We're still up there.
That's where he had gone.
Oh, is that where he was going to
He
go?
had gone.
Okay.
He was meeting them on the north side.
You were coming to
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah, because with just the 2 of them on the north side,
We're
they
not
were
good.
worried
I was
about
just-
the
Yeah.
long range skill.
And if you want somebody to go to the other side, since he's a better shot than I am,
Right.
I can run over to the other side and let them know because that's where the car is.
Right. Yep.
So if I have to, I can get to the car and try and meet
Get
you
here.
guys for a getaway.
Right.
That works.
Things go south, just head that way, and I will go out. And if worse comes to worse, I'll wait at the road where you said that road follows and goes to the road we were on.
Yeah.
If worse comes to worse, I can go out there once the shooting starts and wait and see if you guys come back. Because I don't know what else to do. I mean, I can lay up there. I can stay up there for a while and use the suppression fire. I got an M16. I can just to scare people.
Yeah.
But if it looks like it's going south or something like that, you guys can tell me to go get the car and get ready.
What do
to
you
go.
have for ranged weapons?
D.
I have D.
That's still
better
good
than
enough.
nothing.
Ranged weapons or ranged combat?
And then what's
Range combat.
what's your other stat to go with?
B.
Well, mine's an A, so it's not too bad.
That's not that bad, really.
Okay.
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 Yeah, that an A is going to be a D12.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a lot better.
Don't forget that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that. I always think of D. And
Yeah,
forget about
that's
Yeah.
just in general, but
Okay.
you naturally are
You're naturally a
pretty
good shot.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you're naturally a good shot.
Well, in that case, you tell me
You
where to
know.
go. You want me to shoot at those horses?
Not shoot at the horses, just sneak out of the barn door. Or it might be better just to sneak up along the edge of the barn and just get the gate unfastened and open just to
Yeah, but we don't sneak. You're the only one with scout.
Yeah. I can try it. I have an A, but I don't have recon.
Yep. You're the only one with recon. So
But what's the weather looking like? What is the weather like tonight?
Right now it's clear. So
Bleak.
yeah.
it's going to be moist.
Okay.
So, well,
Well, when you're talking that too, so well, if all these weapon caches are in this basement, that might be something we want to get a hold of anyway. I mean, if we can get a hold of one of them machine guns, I don't care how bad a shot I am, I can just lay suppression fire on a building, for that matter. Screw the horses. We can get some of their weapons. That's after the fact.
that's up to you, Doc.
Well,
Yeah.
whip them and ride them.
You're okay. You're going around to the other side. So you're going to edge up along the edge of the barn, or the thin barn, and just get that gate detached.
Tell you what,
on the one end.
Doc, you go to the other side. What's your agility?
B.
I have an A. You go to the other side.
I just don't know if we just focus on the house.
I think we do too.
If we start splitting up.
Well, this is not a permanent spot. This is just to get up there, just to get the gate unlatched.
The only problem is
and
if
then
that fella
back.
sees us, one guy's dead. He's going to take a shot at us.
Yeah, because you got this tower right here, and if those horses start coming out, he's going to look down and see them.
Yeah, once
and he's going to radio to everybody, hey,
Well,
this is going on.
That's what I'm saying. Don't open the gate all the way. Just get the thing unlatched, so they're going to get agitated and try to bolt when the shit hits the fan, and they'll be able to knock the gate open.
Let me tell you something. I'm from Oklahoma.
Okay.
As soon as I start moving up to that gate, they're going to start whinnying and moving because I'm a stranger coming up, sneaking up. It's going to draw his attention. They're going to be moving before I even open that gate, and I'm going to be right in the open there. More than likely. Unless these horses are extremely calm, they might not do it. But I'm just thinking, if I go up there and make one sound, they're going to start getting skittish. And that's going to draw attention right to me. I say we leave the horses alone. If anybody starts making a beeline for those horses, mow them down. Mm-hmm. You can do that, Doc. Just spray bullets at them. Keep them away from the pen.
You're the animal expert.
I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I'm just saying.
You've got animal experience.
I'd say we...
I mean, if you can get them weapons in that building.
And you're going to need every hand on deck if there's three guys in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All righty.
And
so we're going to...
Did you tell us that the two guys are upstairs?
Yeah, I told
so
you. So
you're going to sneak into the house, sneak all the way upstairs.
Well, first, two sleeping.
Right, but you got to get upstairs first.
No, they're downstairs.
Thought they were upstairs.
There's two awake guys guarding the girls upstairs.
Oh, and there's some upstairs. Okay.
There's the two guarding the girls upstairs, two sleeping downstairs, and then
Gustav.
Mm-hmm. So.
Sounds rather ambitious to me.
It does.
You want to stop here because you're probably going to want to review everything.
Yeah.
You're right. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
So. All right, folks. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Thank you.
Make sure you tune in every Tuesday night around 6-ish.
Sometimes 6 or...
We want to give a big thank you to Freeleague Publishing also for letting us do some stuff with your stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff with their stuff.
EDIO.
And check them out when you can. They'll probably be in our Linktree at some point as well. And make sure you check out Linktree. Go to all the things that you can find that we have, including our YouTube channel, which has a running documentation of all these games in chronological order by playlist. So,
yeah.
See y'all next week. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.